Hey District 303 students, I'm going to quickly walk you through how to start a web page or presentation or page as Adobe Spark calls it. So I'm going to be in my Spark. Hopefully you've already watched the video on how to log in correctly as a student in D303. So next up is this looking at the page. So let's take a fun little journey over here to Adobe Spark page. One of the things that I love about Adobe so much is that you can really brand your style. In this case, we are going to not brand things. And if you've already worked on a project in Adobe Spark, it's really important that you are not under that brand umbrella because it won't let you share that out. So just a heads up on that note. So here I have add my title. That's the first thing you're going to do. So I'm going to choose 2020. If you want to add a subtitle, you can here. This little plus is going to allow you to choose the photo that you want. Now, you can pull from various items over here. The one that I absolutely love is Find Free Photos. So it's going to search all of those Creative Commons sources like Pixabay, and you will find those. Now, as it states down here at the bottom, I will scroll to start writing my story. And as I continue, now this is the main toolbar that you will be using as you are working within Adobe Spark. So the split layout, we're going to start from right to left instead. So I'm going to start with a split layout. This allows you to add an image and text on the opposite side. As you are adding your text, okay, you're going to notice that you have H1 and H2. So those are different heading types. So normally it's going to be a normal heading type, okay? But if I go in here and say header 1, I just want to show you the difference in these different header features. And if I've got header 2, and then I've got my normal text. So normal text. So as you can see here, I got these three options. Now this is where I want you to stop for 1 second and I want you to come up here to themes. And you're going to see that there's different Spark themes that you can place right here into the mix. I'm going to choose a simple Wesley, and it's going to change the look of my Adobe Spark page. It's going to give it a second. It's going to redirect everything to change up to that. So it's important that you do this early on. And why do you do that? Because you might be choosing different items along the way to complement what that theme provides for you. So if I were to switch it over to something different, say Bruce, I would notice that it's going to add some boxes and different items as I move along with the different tools. So just keep in mind you want to do that theme pretty quickly as you start your page. So I can add an image over here. We're going to keep very generic with this. My apologies, folks. All right, so I'm going to choose an image and then it's going to be over here. Now, say I wanted my image to be on the opposite side. I just use this nice little tool right here in the center and I can flip-flop it easily. All right, moving along, let's go on over here to the next one, and that's Glide Show. So Glide Show is going to offer multiple pages. As you scroll, you can put text over the pages. And so you're going to want to keep things that are pretty similar, or you can have things that are drastic. And I'm going to show you a couple different options as to why that is. So I'm just going to type a color in. So if I don't want my text to be disturbed by the photos in the back, I can keep kind of nice layer to these photos. You can pick multiple photos, so that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to show you a drastic change with a different color. So let's go ahead and look that up. You will hit save after you've chosen the images. So here's my starting image. If I scroll up, you can see the items that I made before. You can add items in between, okay? But you cannot rearrange. That's one thing that I will say is that you can't drag and drop from one place to the next, or I've not found an easy way to do that. I can add my text here. You could add a button And a button is basically you're going to give that button the option to be a hyperlink out to a source that you might need somebody to go out to. So as I use the button feature, I click on the edit button. Okay, it's going to allow me to give that in there. I might center it, and then I might say click for more info. And then I might put that in there with, keep them very generic. My apologies. Okay, so there we go. And then as I scroll, now I notice that I am into the next picture feature. So here's my next one, and we can absolutely add this in here. And you can also, as it said, you can add a video in here. And so you're going to want to definitely embed from one of the following. You've got YouTube, Vimeo, or Spark Video. So if you've already made something in your Spark Video, you can easily grab that. All right, so once the video is embedded, it's going to stay there with that tile, okay, as it's sitting in here. And then you can continue on. Okay, and so you kind of get the gist of the glide show. All right, next up is a photo grid. This is where you can build a grid based on the size of photos. So here again, I'm going to choose something, and by all means, you can grab your own photos. I think that the creativity comes from how you can show your own work, such as videos or images that you take yourself. And as we continue to add on to the grid with free photos or your photos of your own, you'll notice that depending on the size that you're choosing, it will start to populate. You to add more photos, it just continues the grid for you. Okay, now if you want to change the location based on the grid and where you would like that specific picture to be, you can also do that over here. So each picture has its own little like toolbar that you can use that, and you can make that a large photo, or you can bring it down into the small photos, but that would change the entire grid. All right, if you need to replace it, you can click on that replace button right there within the photo, and then you can also delete. Once you hit save, then it allows you to add a caption for that group, okay, as you move forward. All right, next tool that's up on our list is a video, and I showed that earlier, so you just copy and paste the link from the YouTube video right in there, and I believe you can use those other platforms as well, like Vimeo. And such. The button again is to take you out to a separate link. So even if you had a doc in your drive, just make sure that it's shareable with the people that would be in the audience. So you can have that button there, and then the text. If you choose text in the middle of the page, you will just be writing right there in the middle of the page. So as we are here with the text, you can put a quote in, and then it will bold that, so depending on the theme. All right, and then moving forward, our last but not least is just a photo solo by itself. You'll pick that image, and it will be there all by its lonesome, and you can add a caption there without having the full grid view. Once you're finally done, another feature that you have is to preview it or go into present mode. So we're going to pop over to that mode really quickly so you can kind of see what we have now done in a nutshell. So as it populates, we're kind of waiting for it. All right, so here is the start of our presentation. Notice none of the tools are appearing anymore. And as you scroll through, different focal points come through as you are scrolling through, which is why one of the reasons we thought this would be a great option for the task at hand. Last but not least, check out these credits of all of those images that you chose from the free library. That is one of the stellar options here in Adobe Spark Page. Again, my name is Tana Simon-Sully, and if you need further help, please reach out. I would love to support you with this new learning. Take care, everyone. Ciao.